Wagwan me people, quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly for why, the hosts, guests, and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the Diocese, University, or any affiliated groups. You see me? And remember, this podcast is strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet, a place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
All right. What's going on, man?
Whew, it's cracking.
Not much. Hey, another show, another day. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I am.
Who are you?
Oh, wait, shoot. Wait, my mind just went blank. It was just like, all right.
It's 2026 and your mind went blank?
Yeah,
Already?
Already.
2026 is going to be a wild year. And guys, we got so many good things for you.
Yeah, man. We're going to, eventually we have to start doing new segments. Like, people have, one thing I got to tell you, some people have sent in things and be like, hey, can you try this as a segment?
Oh.
Like, try this as a, some of these segments I'm like, nah, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Never going to happen. Other segments I'm like, interesting. We'll try it. One of it was like, have Father Greg guess this, give you 13 words, and then you have to figure out what the saints are in 13 words or less. You have 5 saints you have to figure out in 13 words or less.
It's interesting.
Or there was another game that they wanted us to play was like, hey, like I'll give a category like how many blue colored items can you say in 30 seconds?
That sounds like cognitive testing. Like they want to know what my chemical makeup, what my cognitive makeup is before they come.
I mean, like low key sounded like they wanted you to go through a deconstructed psychological examination.
Because if I can figure out what his psyche is, and I can give him the perfect gift. We have some really interesting fans.
Yeah, we do. But you know what? It's new year, new us. Hey, I'm Dr. Giovanni.
And I'm Father Greg Lambert.
Hey, my right hand, my main man for another year, another time. Us. This is the Father podcast. Let's get it started, man.
Always.
Hey, 5 stars.
We got to start something.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out.
Ready for some hear me outs?
I guess so.
You ain't ready.
I don't think I'm ever really ready. I try.
It's hear me out. You already know what it is. 5 stars, did nothing wrong. 1 star, got confession on Thursday. And if your parish is doing confession on Thursdays, let us know. CaptainOver.org/father. F2F. And we, let us know what you're doing, where you from, all that fun stuff. And also put some money on the books. There's a little tip jar. Just click on the tip jar. Leave like $3, $5, $100, $2.99 a month. Yeah, whatever.
$2.99 a month.
It is what it is, dog.
I guess.
It keeps the light on. Let Spirit Stream Studios knows that you love us. All right, ready. But hear me out. I didn't sabotage her relationship. I just told the facts. If her boyfriend left after hearing the truth, that's not my fault.
Okay,
context matters. So I'll start here.
That's a nice transition. We haven't had a lot of context lately, so that's good.
Yeah. I'm Lena, first time confessor, Father Greg's favorite listener. Relax, Father Greg. It's my own headcanon. And then there's a series of emojis.
Thank you for clearing that up for our viewers and listeners. Appreciate it.
And I love the show.
Good. Thanks.
Okay. Here's the deal. For months, Maya had been doing this thing where she's venting about Ethan nonstop. But not only to us, but only to us and never to him. Every hangout turns into a teardown. His hobbies are embarrassing. His routine is NPC behavior. And the Pokemon thing was her favorite punchline. She recorded rants for the group chat mocking his interests, and then turned around and post couple pics like everything was perfect.
Oof.
It started to bother me because Ethan would ask me what was wrong, why she seemed distant, why jokes didn't land anymore, and why Maya kept saying, "Don't tell him anything. He'll overreact."
Okay.
At times, at some point, it felt less like venting and more like using us as a buffer so she didn't have to be honest with her own boyfriend. That's why I had motivation. Like Father Greg says.
Yo. Yo.
Always provide charity.
Oh, okay.
I was tired of being the emotional middleman while she curated a version of the relationship that wasn't real. So I provided charity to Ethan.
Okay. How did you provide charity in the situation?
Ethan finally asked me directly. He really asked me. Didn't embellish, and I didn't embellish. I told him the facts. This is where the charity comes in. Including that Maya constantly trashed his Pokemon hobby. And the part that she hates his hobby wasn't random. And here's the thing about the hobby that pissed me off. Hold on. Dang it. All right, let me say. So I told him the facts, including Maya always trashing his Pokemon hobby. And here's the part that always pissed me off and why I just told him the straight facts. Ethan's uncle played a massive role in his life. They both bonded over Pokemon every weekend. Ethan's uncle died of prostate cancer. Ethan framed his very first Pokemon card next to a photo of the two of them.
Oh, my
Maya knew about this and still called it stupid and a red flag for adulthood. On video, laughing. So you know what? I provided charity. I played the video. I didn't narrate. I didn't spin. Like Father Greg said, provide charity.
It's not the fullest version of what I said, but okay.
I literally just played the clip. He went silent. He took space, and then he broke up with her. A few days later, I saw he was still kind of feeling weird, and he looked wrecked, like a part of his life was gone. So I dressed up like a low punny and went over to his house, and he laughed, and I said, "You want to try catching me?"
What?
So he pulled out a Pokeball and threw it. And
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I couldn't hide my face. I had a real reaction. Anyway, continue. What?
I wore a low punning costume. He took out his Pokeball and he threw it, and I wiggled 3 times, and I said, "You caught me." And then we proceeded to play catch 5 more times.
Oh man, I thought this was gonna be real wholesome. Okay, cool.
We were laying in bed.
Okay, we get it. We get it. Fast forward past that.
No,
part.
it's just like we were laying in bed, and I was cuddled up to him when Maya called him, and I answered.
Oh,
and I told him
he's evolved.
He got his gym badges.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Cuddled up to him. She called, and I told her he was sleeping. The next day, exploded in the group chat. Accusations, screenshots, voice notes at 2 a.m. Maya telling me I poisoned him. I kept saying no. I answered questions. I provided him charity. Then she started asking what I said specifically and wanted something akin to a transcript. I said, "No, you're out of your mind." I mentioned the timeline stuff, the rebranding, and yes, I said that you mocked his Pokemon habit. She lost it, claiming I'd been waiting to steal him, and I didn't. I interfered just so that I could win him. I refuse to keep carrying on someone else's dishonesty. Like Father Greg says, charity is meaningless without honesty and authenticity. The truth ended the relationship, not sabotage.
She ain't wrong.
But hear me out. I didn't sabotage the relationship. I just told the facts. If her boyfriend left after hearing truth, that's not my fault.
Wow. Wow. That was a trip.
Yeah, it really was.
That was a journey.
She dressed up as a low punny.
She did.
That's wild. That's wild to me. Hey, you want to catch me? She wiggled 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You caught me. Yay. Now catch me 5 more times. Like, what?
I don't know.
It was really wholesome until she's like,
It
yeah.
really was until that part.
Like, yeah, man, he caught me 5 more times. Like, yo.
Goodness.
So what are your thoughts? I'm going to give you a runway.
I got a lot of thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts. First of all, Ethan, it's probably not your real name, but like we're going to call you Ethan. You're a good dude. And like legit, I'm proud of you for not just sticking with your hobby, but being true to yourself. And also wanting the relationship to work, because it said that he had asked her friend, hey, what's going on? Like, why is she so distant? Why can I not make a joke? Why does what we have before not transfer to what we have right now? Did I make a mistake? He was trying to get some form of context in order to not just please her more, but to make the relationship go well. Okay. And so not to say that he's, perfect or anything like that, but like, dude, he's trying his best here. He's putting in an effort. We can see that. Also, there's nothing wrong with having a hobby that's safe and that's good for you. It's important as an individual, not just as a guy, but as anybody. It's important to have a hobby that you can pour yourself into, that you find a redeeming quality in, that you find fun and beneficial. Now, when it comes to charity, because the word charity kept coming up in this situation, and my name kept getting invoked. So let me just be very clear about something. I have no real qualm with the way that she quoted me on charity. I really don't, because all of what she said was correct. It was the way that she went about it. And this is exactly what I mean. I don't think that you should have lied. And you didn't. And I'm happy that you didn't. I don't think that the burden of holding the lie for your friend who was talking this way about her boyfriend, I don't think that should have been on you. And I'm proud of you for facing the situation when he came to you and said directly, tell me what's going on. That means that he trusts you. He trusts you to tell him the truth. At that point, if you would have lied, the trust would have been gone. Now, how we go about this particular situation, when someone comes up to you directly and says, hey, I want to know what's going on. Can you tell me exactly what's happening? We have this idea that particularly within like girl culture, right? I'm not trying to call out girls because guys can do this too, but it happens a lot more in America with girl culture, that the conversation that happens between a group of girls automatically means it's confidential.
Yeah.
There is no binding contract that says, hey, what's happening here is problematic and we need to say something.
Right.
Therefore, if something is problematic to the point where someone else's integrity and or life is in danger, you have a responsibility in your moral life to say something.
Which, low-key, guys don't have that as much. Where, like, we, even with someone that you're super close with, you would still tell them, like, yo, that's weird, man.
Yeah, and when you get to that point, when you get to those exact words like, yo, that's weird. That's when we've already crossed the threshold of the line of this is no longer functional. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, you can't live your life this way in a way that someone else is going to find out and try to lock you up. So you need to get a lid on this quick.
If he had to sit, and I think for a lot of people, they misunderstand guys. Like, guys are not sitting there going to say dissertations to each other.
Yeah.
So, like, if a guy has to sit there and be like, bro, listen, I'm concerned. Like, this is not okay. The fact that he's saying that, it's at a point where, like, self-correction was gone.
Yes.
Him saying, like, hey, dude, this weird. Cut it out. That's gone.
Yes.
Like, other people have gotten involved and said, like, yo, chill. That's gone. It's like, you now need an intervention of, like, listen to me. You can't keep doing this. And if you still do it, that's it.
Yep.
We can't hang out no more. We can't just be. And for a lot of people, they look at that and it's like, oh, guys don't open up to each other. Like, no, we do.
No, we're just very direct.
Yeah. It's just like, yo, chill.
And so all that is to say, when it comes to charity, like a quote that I said maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago, was like, charity is not free stupidity. Like, there is an understanding of knowing when to give God's grace.
Like, low key, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, you listen, I gave charity. Like, dog. You can't just keep watching everything in Father Greg. Like, pause. That's not how it works. It's like, yo, I just dipped this in Father Greg. Everything's fine.
Please don't keep doing that. But also, I understand that you guys had a legit conversation, and she didn't do this to be malintended. But she did use the recording because she looked at the situation and said, listen, I know what I'm saying is probably a lot for you, but look to the extent that it's gone. Play. Here is the proof. This is what it is. She wasn't trying to poison the relationship. She's trying to be a good friend from the very beginning. This individual did not like her boyfriend.
Yeah.
She did not like who he was at the baseline of who he was.
Well, the fact that she even knew, like, hey, you're playing Pokemon because your uncle was a big player in your life.
Yes.
And then he opened you up to the world of Pokemon. And that was a bonding thing for you. And you like it.
Yeah.
And so you carry that on. But it's so meaningful for you that your very first Pokemon card is sealed up next to a photo next of you and your uncle.
Exactly. And the fact that this individual, the friend, came over dressed as a
Lopunny.
Pokemon means to tell me that he would really like something like that. And it's okay if you guys are if someone else is in a relationship with somebody who has a hobby that they are fixated on and you don't share that same exact level of intensity. That's fine. But what's not okay is to attack the thing that gives them that safe space.
Well, especially since it's not doing anything.
Exactly. As long as it's healthy, right?
Well, but even then, it's like, okay, here's a good example. There are certain things that are culturally acceptable to do, but then there are certain things that are just like, this is in the area of like, oh well, no, you can't do that. So for like, and I'm not
adults
because you're adults, right? It's like, oh yeah, Pokemon is children's stuff. Even though, like, realistically, if you really look at Pokemon culture, like, it is a multi-billion-dollar business. People are moving money and moving stacks in Pokemon. Like, it is not. They're really about that life in Pokemon. Like, you get a Charizard, like a Black Diamond Charizard, which is like basically one of the original Charizards, but it got rated a Black Diamond. That is a $30,000 Charizard card, my guy. $30,000 Charizard card. The people are selling Pokemon packs, my guy, for racks.
I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't trust this individual in a room with a $30,000 Pokemon card, because then now it's time to get married. It's talking about, hey, why don't you just sell those cards?
Sell your cards. Sell your cards.
Sell your wigs. We're not doing that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but let him be a Patriots fan. Let him be a Dallas Cowboys fan. Let him be a Cleveland Browns fan. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let him be a Celtics fan. Let him be a White Sox fan. That's fine, because sports is sports. Because if he would have had the same level of fanaticism about the sport that he does about Pokemon, that's okay. I like, it's just some hobbies are not accepted socially by like groups of people, and that's just it. Yeah. And it's fine. Like, our generation though, millennials are like, yo, live and let live.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anybody and it's consenting adults, we don't care.
Dude, granddad, not my granddad, but like granddad, amorphous granddad used to collect stamps or pennies with the states at them. Like, what's wrong with the Pokemon card?
It's the same thing. It's
thing.
literally the same thing.
Like, your great grandma collected china plates we will never use.
And they said, don't use it. It's going to have value in the future. That's Pokemon cards, dog.
That's it. That's the same thing.
Same thing. Like, but it's just different. It's just accepted. Like, certain things are just accepted and other things are not. And it's just because people don't want to understand it. It's not because they don't understand it. It's just they don't want to understand it. But if I flip reverse it and go like, yeah, your Sephora lipstick, that's stupid.
Yeah, because your Christmas gifts from Sephora cost us $800, and I brought into our family $10,000 out of Pokemon cards. So what does that tell you about?
Like, yo, I sold an original Generation 1 starter pack unwrapped for $40,000 yesterday, and you just spent $2,000 on Sephora lipstick that you're gonna throw away by next week. So who the hell is wasting money on this thing? Like, you know what wasteful hobby? Golf. I don't understand.
Yeah, golf is an expensive hobby.
It's a real expensive hobby. You can't like accidentally your way into golf. You got to be wealthy to play golf. That's why there's a whole bunch of white people.
But to get back to the story,
Don't you run away from this? That's how they gatekeep. Yo, so what are you giving it?
oh my gosh. Well, for the actions of the girl, because of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and give her like, honestly,
Dog, she got her cheeks clapped as a low punny. I'm giving her a 3.
I'm gonna give her a 4.
You're giving her a 4?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna condone the low punny clapping?
I'm not condoning that part. But I'm condoning the fact that how this came about is that this individual, the boyfriend, came to her and said, "I need the truth from you."
Yeah.
And she gave him the pure, unadulterated truth.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning the sexual part. With the low punny is that shouldn't happen.
If we just strictly look at whether or not she did the right thing and just telling him the truth, I'd be like, yeah, sure.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. And then, yeah, I would agree with you before. But I have to include everything. I'm not going to just exit out the low punny thing. It's like, whatever. No, you included
But
it.
if it wasn't for the low punny thing, would she be a 5-star?
No.
No.
Because we've already set the precedent that, like, just because it's the truth doesn't mean you have to do it in such a way that is aggressive. It's not really malintent, but it's just aggressive.
I agree.
Like, you can tell the truth in a way that takes into account the thoughts of the other person. That takes into account the emotional fortitude of the other person.
Correct.
So, like, we've established that well long ago. Because remember that woman, the 2 geese fighting each other? Like, she's seeing, like, 2 geese fighting each other in the
There was
wind.
not a lot of charity in what she did. There was not a lot of charity in what she did.
Charity in what she did. So, like that's what I'm saying. So we established that a long time ago, and we said for her, where it was just basically like, hey, look, time would have done for you what you tried to force. And in this situation, he asked her straight up, and then it was it. And I am hard pressed to believe that she didn't like him at all. So I still would have given her a 4.
Fair enough.
Because it's like, yo, because you still did the low punny thing. Like, I think the low punny thing was just like, yeah, her, like, she likes him.
Yeah.
And she like, yo, I like you, and I actually want to spend time with you, and I like this Pokemon thing, and I think it's cute, and I think it's like something that we can actually bond over, and I'm willing to go that extra mile for you. Mm-hmm. And that was basically her in, and then they went off and did their own 2 thing.
Fair enough.
And so like that's why I'm like, yo, you got a 4.
Yeah, 4 it is.
All right, say less. You talked me up for my 3.
I was gonna say, I'm like, we started at 3 and now we're at 4.
All right, did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Capital whatever says father, capital whatever says
F2F. Hear me out.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Back when I needed a man, all I got handed was traps. Said boy go be great, but gave me no pass, so I bled from the faith I ain't know I still had. Good advice don't come cheap, real ones ran wisdom don't tweet. Now I walk through the dark trying not to repeat the same fake love that they handed to me. They come to me now like I know the route. Big bro, what's the play? Can you help me out? And I tried not to laugh, but I see myself back when I was broke, begging somebody else. Ain't no manual for this, just pressure and heat. You get burnt by the ones that you thought brought peace. Told my little old man, don't believe what you see. Even angels fall hard when they run in the...
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Follow the advice. We get your emails a lot. People like the multiple follow the advice. We're just gonna get through as many as we can get through. They're in themes, so you know these are all part of the same theme, around the same topics, type of thing. So we're just gonna get through it. Sounds good?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say dear Father Greg and Dr. Gio. Just assume that I said it. All right. We don't gotta get into who got who or who got what.
All right.
Stop smirking, Father Greg. All right. I work for my brother's company. He took a chance on me when I needed it. He pays me well, trusts me completely. Last month, I discovered he'd been quietly moving money between accounts to keep the business afloat. Nothing flashy, but definitely not clean. If I say something, the company could collapse and our whole family with it. If I stay silent, I'm complicit. I tell myself I'm protecting my parents, my nieces, everyone who depends on him. But every time I go to mass, I feel like I'm sitting on a lie that benefits everyone except for my conscience. How do you weigh loyalty to family against honesty when honesty can ruin lives? That's a good question.
That's a great question.
Because my black instinct says just shut your mouth and do your job. Golly, it's true. Like, I'm sorry. You didn't have a job. He took you in. He paid your checks. He pays you well. And then he's not doing anything illegal. He's just moving money from one account to the other to make the books clean. And all of a sudden, you got a conscience. Where was your conscience when you didn't have a job?
Yo,
That's just the black in me, though.
Okay.
And then the Catholic in me is like, yo, you know what? What does the church actually say about this? Like, is this a sin? Is this morally dubious? Like, I don't think what he's doing is a sin, because it doesn't say like he's doing anything illegal. That's a big thing. Is like it doesn't say he's doing anything illegal. He's just floating money, and he's like, it's definitely not clean. My other thing is, how do you know it's not clean?
Well, if she works for him, then she's got to know the laws, right?
It just said my brother took me in. We don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not saying that she's a guy or a girl, but like, yo, someone knows the laws, therefore.
It could be like I'll tell you something. I'll tell you this real quick. Like, if I like so when I had a private practice, right? Mm-hmm. I had a private practice account, and I had my personal account. If I moved money from my personal account to my private practice account so I can make payroll, I'm moving money from one account to another account so I can pay people. Mm-hmm. And then I get like the money from billing, right? Mm-hmm. So like I send out a whole bunch of bills to like an insurance company, and the insurance company pays me back. And then I put that into my normal account, like the company account, and then I take out the money that I put in early to make payroll back into my personal account. You just see the transaction going back and forth, but you have no idea why I did what I did if you're not the one running the company. So from your perspective, it may look like I'm just moving money around and doing whatever, and that looks shady. But from my perspective, it's like, no, these two accounts are linked. I'm doing something that makes perfect sense, because from what a majority of people don't understand when you're running a business is that a lot of businesses are run on personal equity. So you got to use your own personal cash to run your business day to day, because you're getting money on delay. Because even if I charge you, unless I'm charging you right now for that item, I'm not going to get money from that particular thing until, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever, when you actually pay for it. And that check clears or whatever. And so, but before that time comes, I got to pay for someone else's time. I got to pay for this. I got to pay for this. I got to pay for that. Mm-hmm. Where's that money coming from? It's going to come probably from my personal account or a credit card. That's usually how it works. So a lot of money shifts around constantly, unless I have a lot of money on hand.
Well, it seems like I'm having a question with what exactly she's feeling guilty about then.
What I'm saying, like, what it said was she saw the money moving back and forth. Mm-hmm. This individual said, I saw money moving back and forth. It didn't look clean. They said it didn't look clean to me.
Okay.
And so now they have this in their head that the brother that took them in, gave them a job, paid them well, is doing some shady backroom stuff that doesn't look clean.
And she doesn't know that for sure.
But she doesn't know that. She's just like, it doesn't look clean. Now it's in my head. Now I'm sitting in mass thinking like I should say something, but if I say something that can collapse the whole business.
I mean, she could just ask a question to the guy. I mean, that seems as simple as that. It doesn't have to be accusatory. Also, if transactions are going from one account to the next account, we can't prove that it's not clean, in quotations here.
Well, my other thing is just like, if you can see it, who else can see it?
Yeah. There's
Like-
going to be different ways that we went ahead. Like, also, how would you know it's not clean? Like,
You just like exactly what I said was like it's your personal account and a business account. The money goes into from your personal account to your business account. Then you get paid. You take the money from the payment and you put it back into your business account. So all it looks like in transaction language, all it looks like is like, oh, I need $500 to make payroll. I take the $500 from my personal account, put it in my business account. I got $1,000 from shipment. Great. I got paid $1,000. That goes in my business account. I'm going to take the $500 and put it in my personal account. $500, leave it in my business account.
yeah.
All you see is $1,000 comes in, 500 goes into my business account.
Yeah.
500 goes into my personal account.
Yeah.
That doesn't look clean if you don't understand how I'm doing my payroll.
Now, the scary part is when an individual who, and I'm not saying that this is what's happening, but if an individual doesn't understand this and they say, I need to say something, and they say something to like,
To the police or
to the
something?
police,
And
and,
they're like,
now
oh,
we got to go
you're-
through an audit, and it's-
they're embezzling money or whatever. Which that's not really. You wouldn't be able to go to the police with that. You would go like to IRS, and so like it would then this person would have to go through an IRS audit, which is incredibly invasive. And so it's like now you got to account for every single transaction that you've done, and that will throw your business through a loop because now you got to get a lawyer, you got to do all this stuff, and you're paying all these expenses because you refuse to just have a conversation with your brother and be like, hey, I saw this. Maybe I shouldn't have seen this. Like, my mind is racing. What's going on, man?
very good, man. I hope that your conscience against clear, but this seems like it's just a conversation to have.
It really is. I like it's just honestly, this is one of those like you are taking on burdens that are not your own and you're internalizing it like, oh geez, now I have this position. I'm in this because when you really like deep this, it's like I'm telling myself I'm protecting my parents, my nieces, and everyone who depends on him.
Like, but no one asked you to do that.
No. And it becomes this position where it's like I was in the position of need and now I know the secret. So now I'm protecting everybody else. It's like you are like creating this false reality for yourself based on information that could potentially be incomplete. Now, honestly, it could be unclean. You don't know.
Possible. We
It
don't
could-
know.
But what I just said is a plausible thing.
Yes.
That happens all the time.
Yes.
And it's like, unless you ask, you can cause a whole bunch of problems for somebody. That doesn't make any sense. So, that's my advice. Just talk.
yeah, just have the conversation.
Yeah. All right. Here you go. My spouse and I went through something traumatic years ago. I shot him.
Whoa. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You can't go from what we're talking about possible money laundering to we went through something traumatic. I shot him. That's not we going through something traumatic. You shot this man. He had a physical trauma. He had a physical trauma. You had an emotional trauma. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready for that at all.
It's supposed to be like quasi serious.
I know. This is obviously very serious. I just wasn't ready.
I took a left turn. I'm so sorry. Okay, hold on. We went through something traumatic years ago. I shot him. That changed both of us.
I bet he's walking with a limp now. 50 Cent over here.
Okay. We stayed together because it felt wrong to leave. We functioned well. We had shared routines, shared responsibilities, shared history. But
More. You don't have to share history anymore. He's got shot. So much worse.
but the intimacy left.
I bet. I can't, dog. How do you do this? How do you look at the person you love in the face after they shot you? Is asking him to be JP too? Is that what you're asking him to be?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But the intimacy left, and no anger either, just quiet resignation.
Where do you go from there? She shot you. It's as bad as it can possibly be without dying.
Yeah. Now, someone new has entered my life.
What? You shot him and now you're conflicted on the relationship. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is supposed to be serious. Okay, hold on. Let's reset. Okay, listen. Now someone new has entered my life. Not romantically yet, but emotionally.
Sorry. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
But emotionally in a way that reminds me of what I used to feel like, how I used to be seen. I haven't acted on it. I don't even know what to do. I just know I'm terrified of being numb forever and equally terrified of being the one that leaves. Any thoughts?
Okay, let's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing so hard. It was just one shocking thing after the next, after the next, after the next. I wasn't ready for any of it. Okay.
I shot him.
You shot him. Yeah. You shot him, and
It had to be something where like plausible deniability. So it had to be something like we were hunting. And I didn't see the vest, kind of like the Dick Cheney situation.
I was gonna say, if this isn't a Dick Cheney situation,
Yeah.
there is no reason you guys should still be together.
It's just like I didn't, and then it's like, yo, our intimacy dropped. I don't understand. Like,
Where'd you
okay.
shoot him?
I don't know.
With what did you shoot him? Because
It
he's
doesn't
still
say.
alive.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Well, the fact that they can still be intimate and he's just actively refusing says he didn't get shot down there. He got shot up.
Yeah.
So like,
Also, there's a lot here there's a lot of context that's missing from this situation.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you this as a guy, I know I'm not married, but I need to get a dossier. Like, this is a situation where, as I'm fading to black, I can't hear, wait, there's bread and saltines? Like, I can't personally hear that. I need to know.
saltines.
I need to know that your finger slipped. I need to know that you didn't see the vest. I don't know the whole situation. I don't know the whole situation. But I can tell you this. The reason I'm reacting so hard and I'm emoting is, one, yes, it is shocking. But two, I was 11 years old when I first saw my first person get shot. I've seen someone get shot right in front of my eyes. I was just a kid, and it was a domestic abuse situation, and I was watching it. I didn't want to watch it. It wasn't my own parents. It was my next-door neighbors, and they were arguing loud and going inside and outside, inside and outside. I could hear, and they were screaming, and I could hear every single thing from their argument. Did I want that? No. It was impressed upon me. There was nothing I could do. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to sleep, and I watched something terrible happen right in front of my eyes. And the day that it happened, the moment that it happened, I ran across the house into my parents' room, busted down the door, and said the words, "So-and-so just shot her husband." That's the memory that I have in my head. So I'm sorry for laughing, but as I hear this story, I look at it as very serious. So when I heard the phrase, "There's someone new in my life, we're not intimate, not yet," I said, huh? You're already planning to be intimate with this individual. You're already planning for this relationship essentially to end.
Yeah.
And you want it to end in a clean way that there's not going to be any blowback on you. So how about we just go ahead and address this right now and say, you know what? I think either we need a break or we need to take some time away from each other, or I don't want to be with you anymore. And when we just kind of end it right there.
Yeah. I mean, honest to goodness, I think it's completely unrealistic for you to shoot somebody and then be surprised that they don't want to be like physically intimate with you.
Mm-hmm. Or there is...
And I don't know how long it was between like you shot them and then like your feelings of lack of intimacy, but let's just be real. I love you, but if you shoot me, we're not doing this podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
That's fair. It's on me. There's
Like,
no
right.
I made a mistake.
like even if it was a mistake,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have questions, dog. I'm gonna be like, how?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
There's no reason I should have been at the end point
Yes.
of that whole exchange.
Exactly. There's no way. Even if you got scared, even if something jumped out, even if you slipped and fell, what's going through your mind is, if I mess up, I shoot him. so I'm just not gonna shoot, or I'm gonna throw the gun. I'll do something.
Right. Or just like, I don't even know. Because in my head, I'm like, okay, if let's say we were both hunting, right? Wouldn't happen because we're not built that way.
Nah.
And so, but let's say we were both hunting and I had like the AR or whatever, and I'm pointing it and you're in the scope. And the deer is like,
and I got questions already.
right, you're in the scope.
Why are you pointing at me?
and I'm like, yo, move out of the way a little bit. And
Out of the way.
and I just go, dude, and you just get grazed. Why did I take the shot in the first place?
Exactly. You don't care about me.
Yeah, you were in the scope. And I'm like, dog, you better be behind me. Like, behind me with binoculars telling me, like, oh, yo, move it over to the left a little bit. That's how we doing it together.
Yeah.
Not like, yo, I have the ability to, like, end your life if this goes south.
The part that hits me, and I think you're going to understand this. I think anybody who's listening to this story right now, if you're dying of laughter or you're listening intently, I want you to hear what I'm saying. If you are a male, particularly if you are a male, I'm not trying to be sexist, but if you are a male and you have a quiet resignation, as she said in the story, and you're sitting there quietly and something just settles for you, you've already made your decision.
Oh, yeah. No,
You've made your realization of, oh, I know where I stand in this person's life.
Oh, yeah. Because the fact that I got shot, like, the fact that I got shot and then immediately you are thinking about yourself and saying, like, oh, we don't have an intimate relationship, as if to say the whole shooting part of it didn't happen. Like, listen. If the shooting part didn't happen and you just drifted apart because that's life, okay, say less.
Yeah.
Then I can understand that.
Yeah.
But when you shoot me, and then you complain about us being distant, and then pretend like the shooting part was just like, oh yeah, I shot him, it's fine.
Like, does he have nightmares?
Probably.
Has he moved on from this? Is this something that he's still traumatically dealing with? What is about the medical bills? Have you guys actually gone ahead and parsed this out? Like, I got so many questions, and there's not enough context in order to make an actual ruling.
And God forbid it's only like a month.
Yeah.
God forbid it just be like a month, and he just got out of whatever, and he's just like, please don't touch me.
Exactly.
Like, please don't touch me.
Yes.
Like, you don't, because we don't know the circumstances of the shooting either. Because it could be something where they were close and she was reaching for his gun.
Maybe.
Like, they were arguing and she was reaching for his gun and then it went off.
Maybe.
And he decided, I don't want to press charges against you because I love you.
Yeah. Or he loves her deeply, and the memories and the nightmares that he has is of the face of a person that he loves hurting him.
Yeah.
I can imagine how terribly, deeply painful that must be.
Yeah.
And confusing.
Yeah. Or like, and I don't know why I'm even thinking about this, but imagine, honey, there's someone downstairs. He goes downstairs. She's upstairs. I got the gun.
Now you're double terrified.
He's like,
double
wait, what? You got the what? Bah! Wah!
Oh no.
Plot twist, it was just a cat.
Yeah, at that point, there's no repairing that relationship.
Like that's what I'm saying.
And she also is coming from a position where she can't say, why are you bringing up old stuff? Like, she can't, dog. She can't say that. She can't say that. But I know that she wants to. I'm not putting this on her, but I know that she wants to. I know she wants to get past the situation.
But we don't. Like, I wish. Okay, if you're listening to this, because I know you're listening to this, you have to be. If you wrote into us and it made it to this far,
yes,
you have to be a listener to the show. Please write in with the full context of everything.
Yes,
I'm gonna reach back out to the research team, ask them if they can reach out to you and say, like, hey, give us the full story.
Because we How many times have we done this? Not very many, but with the times that we have, it's been a lot.
Yeah, so we're going to reach out to you or reach out to us. Let us know. I think this is a good place to just end fatherly advice. Like, I don't know how we're going to, like, get back into being like, hey, okay, so let's, this is it.
I don't really know, but I guess all I can say to this is, hey, talk to your guy. Also, a happy new year. Don't shoot anybody next year. It's about 2026.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about like actual advice to her,
yeah,
right, actual advice to her, my advice to you is like, you need to be A, realistic about what just went on, and B, you're running away from the situation.
I was gonna say, yeah, create the space for the conversation to actually happen, the honest conversation,
right? Because it's like, you shot him.
Yes.
And then you're like, but why don't you love me?
Yes.
And it's like, but I'm still married to you. I'm still here. I'm still actively trying to engage. I just can't bring myself to be intimate with you right now. Because you shot me.
Like, that makes sense to us. Like, that makes clear and total sense.
What? And my other thing is like, what if he got shot in the midst of intimacy? Because they were trying to do something new, like they were playing around. Because I can see this too, like playing around, and it's like, oh, this is a water gun. It's not even a real gun. But a lot of these water guns like look like real guns, but they paint the tips orange. It's like, oh, yeah, it's a water gun, and she pulls it. God, it wasn't a water gun.
Oh my gosh, it's terrifying.
And he was like handcuffed, or like he was in a position where he couldn't move.
Oh my gosh.
And so now she's like, why won't you be intimate? Like,
Because he thought that he got set up for murder. And he was, oh my goodness.
Right? There's just I'm just going through the situations where it's just like, unless there isn't a lot of plausible situations that you can find yourself in where you get shot and you stay with her.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, yo, can we just chill out? He's like, no, you're not intimate with me.
Yeah, because there's an issue because you shot me and I need time.
Time. And I think that's where we end it.
Yeah.
You need time, space, energy to just let it rock. And we'll just leave it at that.
Dang. God bless Dick Cheney. Rest in peace.
And they laugh at you or worse. They give it with strings attached. I learned some people don't help to help. They help to hold you. So be careful who speaks over your soul. Cause not every God told me came from God. Not every I got you means you're safe. Some just wanna wear your story like a chain. Good advice is a treasure map buried in pain. Real truth ain't loud, it don't chase fame. Now I write what I needed, tattooed in flame. For the next lost soul walking out of that rain.
So, Catholic Company Research Team, neither one of two things. They asked people, yo, what are your like random thoughts? These are random shower thoughts that they had about the Bible, Christian life, all that stuff, and they threw it at us. You ready? They said like, yo, what do you think? Maybe you can answer these questions, or maybe they just stay shower thoughts. When God told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, how far was far enough before the angel stepped in? Because low key, Abraham was mid swing. We need timestamps. Was it like the blade was on his chest, or was it like halfway through the swing?
I've thought about this a lot, honestly, and I'm the same way with the whole. I'm thinking about the aftercare of like.
There was no aftercare.
It doesn't say that there was. Like, that's a really awkward descent from the mountain. That's a really awkward like walk home.
Honestly, it makes sense if you think about it from like a non-American perspective. Like, think about it from an ethnic perspective. How many times has something fugazi gone on in our household? Like, just when we were growing up as kids, and your parents did something fugazi.
There was no aftercare.
There was no aftercare.
There was no apology. There was no briefing. There was nothing.
And then you sit there and they act like nothing happened, and then you're like, was that a fever dream?
Was that wild?
Did I imagine everything that just happened? Because I know for a fact that they did something and it was traumatic.
I can tell you word for word what happened.
Nah. And if you bring it up, they go like, what are you talking about?
Or why are you bringing up old stuff?
It happened like 2 minutes ago.
Dog? I could tell you stories.
You see, that's why Abraham didn't do aftercare. It was built in. It's an ethnic response.
Yeah, I could just imagine as a black dad just looking at his son, just like, almost lost it today, didn't I?
What? Oh my gosh. Hey, did Samson realize his strength was leaving, or did it all just leave after one bad hair day? Like, it was like snip, and then his power started draining. He's like, oh no.
That's probably a good idea. I don't know if it was all in his hair and he didn't feel his hair being cut. He probably didn't feel anything.
Well, he knew his hair was going to get cut. This is the thing I don't understand with Samson. He knew Delilah was up to no good. She was nothing. And like he lied to her like what, twice before and said like, yo, this is how my strength is gonna get zapped. And she did it. And his strength wasn't zapped. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? See, that's the power of women. Even if you lie, twice. Hey, I didn't say the thing. I said women. Even if you lie twice, we still come back and go like, man, just give me some.
I was gonna say, like, there's people right now listening to this podcast still in bad relationships.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
Let it be known.
It is what it is. When Jesus fed 5,000, who's in charge of cleanup? 12 baskets feels like a flex.
They all ate and were satisfied.
Yo, why did God choose shepherds first for the nativity announcement? Was there no like PR consultants available? Like you couldn't have just let out a big announcement. Hey, my son is born now.
Shepherds were actually, we just had this reading because it's the new year, so we just finished the nativity of the Lord. Like, yo, the fact that they were shepherds is incredibly important. Also, within that gospel reading, it says that the shepherds were living in the field and they were doing the night watch. It doesn't say that they had other homes and then they were doing the night watch. It says they were living in the field, meaning that they were amongst their sheep, meaning that for their lives, they were just doing what they always do. Nothing was special. And God literally shoehorned himself in and said, hey, do not be afraid, by the way, my son has just been born. Like, and isn't that what we pray for in our lives? Like, we don't want to be brought to the brink of destruction. We don't want to be thrown to something crazy. We don't want to go off the side of a cliff. We want to be doing our lives, doing everyday normal stuff, and have God come into our lives and say, hey, something amazing is happening, or I'm about to do something incredible in your life.
I don't know if we want like the angel of the Lord to appear out of nowhere and say, do not be afraid, and then pronounce a massive world altering announcement.
Definitely.
And
not.
then invite us to go see it. Like that I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That sounded like a great homily. That's dope. But let's talk about the practicality. You just said, I'm in the middle of my everyday life. I'm cooking eggs. And then all of a sudden, angel of God appears in my room. Do not be afraid.
Please stop screaming. Do not be.
Even if you close the door, I can still see you.
And eventually, when you regain consciousness, it'll come in a human form saying, listen, we came on too strong. Do not be afraid.
Okay. Like, what are you doing in my house? Hey, here's another one. Did angels appear the same race as the people that they appeared to, or were they just all white?
Well, the people that they appeared to weren't white.
It's a question.
You can be mad about it if you want, but they weren't white.
It's a solid question, though. Like, yo, the angels popped up. It's just like, hey, were they Greek? Like white Greeks, like, for example. They appear like white Greeks, like, hey, yo, what's good? Or they appeared like Arabs and be like, hey, yo, what's good?
Well, there were different ethnicities back at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there were some black people. Like, Samson was black.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there you go. Like, Jesus, like, with the whole, I'm blanking on the whole series. You know, the famous Christian series with Jesus and Jonathan Rumi, and you're a bad person to ask for this. Sorry.
What?
The Chosen. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Jesus and Jonathan Rumi. Who the hell is Jonathan Rumi?
He's the guy who plays Jesus on The Chosen. That's his first and last name.
Yeah.
That's why I said you're a bad person.
Bad person to ask.
I need clarification. Anyway, so like that's probably closer ethnically to what Jesus would have looked like.
Oh, okay, dope.
So the cool thing that I got to do was go to the Middle East, go to Israel on a pilgrimage for about 6 weeks. And one of the coolest aspects of that trip was walking into a Coptic Christian, like with all church with all the different icons and faces of different saints, and looking at the faces on the wall, and then looking at the people who are next to me praying and saying, that looks like Jesus, that looks like John the Baptist, that looks like Peter, that looks like Paul. It was a cool reality that the people who have lived and fought for that land for thousands of years are direct descendants from the very same people who sat and walked and ate right next to Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's a cool thing.
Yeah. That's really interesting. Like, it's really, I want to go to Israel for that experience, but I like wait till like turmoil kind of like dies down.
If you really think about it, dog, when we're here in America and you and I look up at a stained glass window, we do not see us.
Nah,
I don't even see the people next to me. They don't even look like the people in the stained glass. They look different. They look like an artist rendition of a white person.
Yeah, I don't. I don't even. Yeah. We got to go outside to see us.
Yeah, dog.
We got to go outside to see us. All right, here's another one. When Peter walked on water and started sinking, did he feel stupid?
He probably felt terrified because remember, this is happening at nighttime, and there's no light out
that's
there.
right. It was night.
And it's huge waves.
I think people forgot that. Like, because every time we read that story, it kind of feels like it's the middle of the day and they're just chilling and it's just whatever. And he's just like, hey, yo, Jesus, let me walk out to you. And he walks out and then he's just like, oh, shoot. I faltered. Jesus, help me.
Nah. Look, can I just set the scene real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Sea of Galilee has 7 different tributaries that are beneath the water, right?
Damn.
And so the water comes in. That's why it always has fresh.
7?
Yeah, dog.
Damn.
And that's why the water's always churning and it's always fresh with fish. The fish don't die out because there's always fish coming in, like different fish eggs and like different types of not anomalies, but like the water is rebuilding itself.
Yeah.
And so for that way, it's
like replenishing every time.
yeah, it's replenishing, right? And so the boat that was out there probably was about like around 14 feet long, right?
Damn.
So that's a normal fishing boat. It could have been smaller, of course, if it was like something that to get them across. But most likely, it was a long boat, enough for the disciples to be within the boat and not feel much.
Right.
So what's happening at the moment is that against this gigantic body of water, you can see the other side, but it's small. It's a huge body of water. And so as this is happening, you can have massive, very scary storms that still kick up to this day because of the tributaries that are underneath the water. So a massive storm happens. You can't actually lose your life. You can't have your boat swaying from side to side. And so much so that the active fishermen thought they were going to die. They know the water. They are on the water all the time. They know what a serious storm looks like. They are fearing for their life. And mind you, it is completely dark. So you have dark waves rolling over you. You have a dark clouded sky, so you can't even see the light of the moon. It's scary. So the boat is rocking. You think you're gonna die. You can't see anything, and the only light that you see is a lightning strike. And off in the distance, you see a person over all these waves. Darkness, wind howling. You can't see anything. You don't know what's going on. Lightning strike. A person's there. Lightning strike. The person's closer. It's just a silhouette. You don't know what's going on, and
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
That is not how like.
That's not how it's written.
That's not how it's written at all. It's written like, hey yo, Jesus was out there. He's like, hey yo, Peter, what's going on? And Peter's like, hey yo, Jesus, can I come out to you? He's like, hey yo. And then it's just like, man, you a little fake. Get your butt out here. Get yourself on this boat.
Because mind you, as Peter steps out and his feet are solid, it's amazing. And so again, it's darkness. Howling wind, water going everywhere, lightning strikes again. Peter's outside the boat. The disciples see that and say, oh my gosh, Peter, get back in the boat. Lightning strikes again. Peter is farther out. He's going out to him. He sees a gigantic 14-foot wave coming towards him. He's freaking out. Lightning strikes again. He gets scared, sees how much water is actually around him, looks at the storm around him, freaks out, gets scared, drops into complete darkness and water. Lightning strikes again. He's underneath water. He barely sees the boat. He sees bubbles. He doesn't see anything. He thinks he's going to die. Lightning strikes again. Jesus reaches in, picks him up. Everything dies down. It's completely silent.
Damn.
Yeah, dog.
Damn.
And the incredible part of all of this is not just the miracle that he saw, but that everyone in that boat, including Peter himself, in a moment of fear, still turned away from the Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, and we do that every single day. When we receive the Eucharist, the body and blood of Christ, we see the reality of Christ. We still choose to walk away from God, even though He's worked amazing miracles and saved our life every single time.
Can I just say this though? I will say this. I don't mean to cut you off, but I will say this though. I got no sympathy for Peter.
I do.
I don't, dog.
I see myself in Peter all the time.
Dog. Peter, like, and now I understand why John was quiet the entire time. He's just sitting there going like, damn. Like, just, all right, Jesus, you got it. Because like, if you think about the 12 disciples, the reaction of the 12 disciples, I feel like that is a catechism, like a constellation of how we respond.
Yes,
to
I agree.
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Like, we are at some point we are going to respond like some of these disciples.
Yes.
And like, we aspire to be like John, at the closest to the heart of Jesus, constantly. Like, our faith doesn't waver. We never question it. We're sitting there like in the heart of it. Like, yeah, it's uncomfortable. Even though we might ourselves die, we're sitting there at the foot of the cross with everybody and saying like, no, I will not turn away from it.
Yes.
But sometimes we gonna be like Peter and be like, listen, I ain't looking to die right now. Gone. I'm gonna run away and be to safety. And then we feel convicted and we're like, I need to come back.
Yeah.
Like it's the different levels of stuff.
It happens every single day. Hey, I heard that you're Catholic. Yeah, I'm Catholic. And you love your faith? Yeah. I'm gay. Okay. And I don't know how I'm going to tell my parents. And I kind of want like maybe some extra support to like kind of show up to the house with me, and this like it's going to be really tough.
Extra support for what, my guy?
Like listen, I don't know. I mean, I'm Catholic, but I'm not really like, like I go like on Christmas and Easter. Like I'm not really like that's Peter.
Or better yet, it's like, yo, what you do in your bedroom has nothing to do with me. Like leave me out of it.
Exactly. Like but you're Catholic. Like you profess this, right? Like so you think that I'm terrible. Listen, I'm not really Catholic like that. Like that. That's Peter.
Well, and then on the flip side of it is like, whoa, I never said you were terrible.
Yeah, I never said you were terrible at all.
It's like, but you don't think I should
get married?
Yeah. What does that have to do with being terrible?
But I don't have a personal problem with you, but that's what you profess. So therefore, you believe. Listen, I'm not really all that Catholic. Whoa, no, that's Peter. People think that what Peter did was so incredibly terrible, and was it? Yes, but if we really look closely,
if we really deep it, we wouldn't last.
You wouldn't last. Absolutely not.
You wouldn't last.
Absolutely not.
I'd be like John though.
We're talking about real life death here.
Yeah, just be like John though. Don't put yourself in that position.
That's not.
Hey, John wasn't even there. John was saying, like, you know what? I can clock this being a problem. I'm gonna lean back. I'm gonna be with the women. I'm gonna be with the women. Just this clock is gonna be a problem, man. No, ain't nobody gonna kill the women.
Anyway.
Hey, let's get out of here. It was a good episode. What?
Yeah, always is.
For all of us here, we love you. It's a new year. We love you.
And we're here.
We're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out.